What is up, everyone? Today I'll be doing a video about a car that I've been getting a lot of questions about. Lots of questions from friends, family, people at work, and it is the famous Range Rover Sport. So the reason why I wanted to do a video about the Range Rover today was because I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of questions about the reliability of it. I get a lot of questions about the maintenances. I get a lot of questions about, the payments and all of that stuff. A lot of people think that because you have a Range Rover Sport, you're a millionaire making thousands of dollars, and it's not necessarily about being a millionaire. It's sometimes about picking the right car, picking the right quality of car. Doesn't necessarily mean that it always has to be expensive. Range Rovers do range from a few $1,000s up to nearly $200,000 for a car, all depending on the year that you get. So that's what I'll be going over today. Let me jump into the car, take it for a spin, warm it up, take it for a car wash to make it all pretty, and then we'll go around, take it for a test drive, and I'll show you all the ins and outs. So there you go, that was the cold start of a Range Rover. It is currently minus 25 outside, extremely cold Canadian winter, and the car started like nothing. No, it does not have the block heater connected or anything like that. Actually, I don't even think that mine does have one. But ultimately, yeah, it never failed, to be honest. It always started properly. I'll get into the maintenances and all of that in a little bit, but it does have a new battery, a big battery. So anyways, as you can see, it started quite well. So what I'm going to start off with doing is turning on some of the heat and warm up my ass so that I can take it for a spin with some warm seats. I am currently driving in the 2009 Range Rover Sport that I have purchased nearly 2 years ago. Surprisingly, it's currently running quite well. I will get into what needs to be done on it, what's done on it in a little bit. As it is right now, the car has 155,000 kilometers on it. To be honest, I like it. The drive is amazing on this. A lot of people look at the car as, holy crap, man, you have a lot of money, or you had a lot of money to actually spend to buy a Range Rover Sport. Well, that is not true, folks. We have purchased the car a year and a half ago, which was, I believe, in 2016, and this is a 2009. It had about 140,000 kilometers on it, meaning that we've ran, I don't know, around 10,000, not even 10,000 kilometers on this car so far. We don't use it as our primary car, hence why we haven't had too many problems with it. However, just to get back into the, man, you have a lot of cash to buy a Range Rover, it's not true. I actually paid... Guess how much I paid below? Comment. Let me know. And don't watch the video. Stop the video right now and place a comment right now, because you will hear the price in a bit. So, like I said, we bought it in 2016. It's a 2009. It had 143,000 kilometers, I believe, on it, and it was mint. There was basically nothing to be done on it. The car, to be honest, a year and a half later, drives absolutely amazing. The air suspension on these cars is unbelievable. It makes the ride so smooth and so comfortable. The camera's probably shaking right now because it's not attached, it's not mounted too well, but it is an extremely smooth ride. With the fact that you can adjust the suspension you can adjust the height mode when you're all-wheel drive versus when you're just on the highway or on the regular streets. That makes a huge difference as well for off-roading and stuff. It does have heated seats, it does have AC, it does have the climate control, which is to adjust your temperature. It has the auxiliary cable, it has Bluetooth for phone service only. It does not have the media Bluetooth, which is for music, not my model at the very least. And it does have basically the air suspension, the sunroof, the leather interior, basically almost fully loaded, except for one of the things that this model does not have is the entertainment system, which means that it does not have, at the back of the rear seats, it does not have the TV screens, the TV players. So I'm almost at the gas station as it is right now. I will go pay my bill for the car wash, get the car clean, and head back home, where I will film the car and get into a bit of money talking. So we're back home, so what I will do is I'll open up the doors and I'll show you just a bit around the car, just so I'll show you what it looks like. So we're going to start off with the rear trunk. I'll open this up to show you the space. Rear trunk has tons of space, to be honest, with the tonneau cover at the top that you can slide like this. Ultimately, it does have some of the spare tire stuff right here. The spare tire itself is under the car, not to take any space inside. The seats, you can completely fold them down to have a big space to actually put anything that you want. This is adjustable, so ultimately this is what you have. The good thing about these things is that you don't have to open up the full trunk all the time. You can also open up the top window if you want, so to leave that closed. This is quite good. I enjoy that quite a bit. The rear of it does have quite decent space, to be honest. Good space for the seat, for the feet. Comfortable at the back. It does have, even if it's 2009, it does have the heated seats, so you can adjust, I believe, 2 or 3 levels of heated seats for the back passengers. You do have also the temperature at the back, and you also have your own personal music selection that you can actually listen to on each side individually. You can have headsets. The front, spacious enough as well. As you can see, 2009, but the seats are still in an excellent condition because it is quality. It feels like quality. It has a lot of space everywhere, lots of compartments, which is actually quite amazing. I enjoy that. In the middle, surprisingly, it has a mini fridge, a little bar, so you can fit beers, you can fit whatever you want, with bottles of water, turn it on, turn it back off. It does cool your drinks, your water, your whatever you want in there. It keeps it cold. What is actually fun with that is if ever you're going on a long road trip, you can even put food, sandwiches, or anything that you want to keep cold. Just put it all in there. It's going to be actually cool when you take it out. You do have, right here, you have adjustable selectors for a garage. You do have the sunroof adjustments as well. This car does have cruise control. It does have heated seats. It does have the climate control for each side. It has heated windows at the back, heated windows at the front. Heated windows at the front are actually so amazing when it's cold in Canada. When there was some freezing rain, you turn that on, you don't even need to scrape. It actually melts everything off, which I really enjoy. I will open up the trunk. I will show you the big V8, which is not a supercharged for mine. Some of them have a supercharged engine. This is the V8 4.4 liter engine from Jaguar, actually. So as you can see, all of my coolants and everything is topped off. Everything is in a top-notch condition. Nothing is leaking and everything is great. As you guys have known as well, this car does have adjustable air suspension. So ultimately, this is it for around the car. It is freezing cold. I don't want to be in a car, so what I will do is I will head home, I will head downstairs, and I will record from the inside to talk about maintenance, cost, and all of these things. So So there you have it. Now let's get into the things that most of you wanted to hear about. Let's get into costs and maintenances. So ultimately this car, we've owned it for just over a year and a half. As I mentioned earlier, we put nearly 10,000 kilometers on it, which is about 6,000 miles, I would say, for US folks. The car has been reliable overall, as I would say. However, is maintenances. Maintenances, we've saved a lot of money because I have done it myself, such as oil changes, spark plugs, filters, differential oil, transfer case oil, and some basic stuff that have broken. What has broken on a car? What has failed on us? Nothing has left us stranded on a road. That's a good thing. The battery failed on us, meaning that it was no longer cranking properly. The car was still cranking, it was still starting, however, the battery was getting weak. We had to change a battery, which was 260 Canadian dollars. What has also failed on us was a little coolant hose. The coolant hose only cost us 10 Canadian dollars, and I managed to fix it on my own because I found the leak. What that has done is that the coolant of the car during the winter has actually drained in the driveway after a long trip from a ski trip. So that could have been dangerous. However, I caught it on time and I managed to remove the little plastic that has broken off and replace it with the brass piece. Now, next thing that we have also done on the car was we have replaced the TCCM module, which is the transfer case control module. That has failed on us because when the battery failed, I have decided to pressure wash the engine bay to clean it up. I said that since Range Rover has all of these advertisements to be able to go into water, washing the engine bay to remove all the sand and all the dust, what is it going to do? Well, ultimately water got into the transfer case module, which means it burned the chip itself. I had to buy a brand new one and have it reprogrammed by a shop that is certified by Land Rover and Range Rover Jaguar. So the module itself, I bought it from eBay, which was used. It cost me around 300 Canadian dollars, and also cost me $200 to have it reprogrammed at a shop. However, that cost does never include diagnostics. All the diagnostics on this car, I've done them myself, and diagnostic is usually what is extremely expensive on the cars because they are so electronic heavy. So at the end of the day, we have not spent a lot of money on the car, a lot of basic maintenances. What we have to keep in mind is that since Land Rover and Range Rover has a lot of electronic, they equip the cars with so many fancy things. As you have seen, I have a fridge in the car. The car's a 2009. It's approaching 10 years, and it has a fridge. Will it fail? Sure, it can fail. The electronic can fail, the switch can fail, the thermostat can fail, the cooling can fail. Like, all of these things are to be, taken into consideration. So if you're the type of person that does not want to take a car to the maintenance shop all the time to have, parts changed, parts checked, you should go with a car that has no electronics. Even Honda these days, they have like all the navigation systems and all of the electronic seats and all of that tend to fail even more. So they're making the cars less reliable than they were technically because there's just so many more gadgets in them. So does it make Land Rover, Jaguar, and Range Rover less reliable? I personally don't believe so yet. Now, what drives me insane about these things is that those cars are extremely expensive to diagnose, and the parts are extremely expensive if ever you do not have a specialized shop that they're not going to screw you over to buy from. So here's my opinion. If you have a lot of money to waste and you like this car and you're not mechanically savvy, go for it. If you're the type of person like me that doesn't make millions of dollars a year, but likes to play in engines, likes to learn about electronics and all of these things, and wants to do most of those things on your own, definitely something that, you should give it a try. The comfort of the ride, the car itself, everything about the car, I absolutely love it, to be honest. Would I buy another Range Rover? I absolutely would. Now, how much did I pay for the car? For the folks that have not commented, please stop the video again, go comment below. I'm actually curious to see what you guys believe that this car is currently worth, or, I'm sorry, what the car was
worth. As it is right now, definitely after nearly 2 years, the value will have gone down. We have paid 16,300 Canadian dollars for this car. Yes, this is plus tax. Yes, this is plus, the plates and the insurance and all of that stuff. However, the base price of the car was $16,300. That was nearly 2 years ago for a 2009 model at the end of 2016. So, you don't need to be a millionaire. No, you don't necessarily need to have tons of cash to drive in a nice, flashy Range Rover. However, you need to work your way around to be able to diagnose most of the stuff on your own. And if ever you don't, prepare yourself for large bills. Like the transfer case oil, the diff oil, it's going to cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars, when me doing it myself, just the oil itself, could be $50, but I'm saving on $200 of labor. So all of these things are to be taken into consideration. That said, I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you would have about Land Rover, Range Rover, or Jaguar, because I'm getting quite familiar with the models, so I can probably give you some of my personal tips. Again, personal, not expert. So in any case, I hope that you liked the video. I would definitely like to hear from you guys. Comment below. Make sure you subscribe if ever you like the actual video, if you like the content. If you do not like it, please take the time to actually give it a thumbs down. That way it's going to wake me up in my mind and I will stop making these crap videos. In any case, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, see ya.